So a brand new Amazon Ipsos poll is showing that the minimum wage is hugely popular, extremely popular. So Amazon commissions this poll, okay, with Ipsos, because they're already paying $15 an hour. So let me go over this. So before I go over all of that, and why Amazon's doing this, according to this poll, 2/3 of America, so actually 8 in 10 Americans say that the minimum wage is too low. 8 in 10, 80% of Americans think, hey, maybe we should raise the minimum wage. 2/3 of the American people, 2/3 say, hey, maybe we should raise it to $15 an hour. Okay, let me just put it this way. So you know that. Now you know the numbers. All right. The Democrats took the minimum wage out. And they used the parliamentarian as this all-God structure and person saying, oh, you can't do it. An unelected advisor said, no, you can't raise the minimum wage. So they let a person who has zero power say, we're not going to do the minimum wage. It's not good to put the minimum wage in the bill. They could have fired her. Kamala Harris could have overruled her and got a parliamentarian, then Elizabeth McDonough, and who would have said, yeah, go ahead and put it in the bill. They used that as an excuse because they don't want to vote for it. They don't want to do anything about it because Biden and Kamala Harris don't believe in it, and neither do the Democrats. Now, 8 Democrats voted against it. So you didn't get a minimum wage increase, and the squad didn't force the vote on the minimum wage. But here's a poll saying, hey, we should raise the minimum wage. And it's 2/3 of the American people. 2/3. That's 60. I think that's 67% of the American people. So you're telling me that you cannot raise the minimum wage? We've had a minimum wage since 1938. It went up in 2007. That was the last time it went up under a Republican president, George W. Bush. And it hasn't gone up since. So, now, this is proof that the Democratic Party doesn't work for you. It works for Wall Street. I already told you Wall Street told the Democratic Party why they won't raise your wages. That's a video on here, so you can check it out. But that's the thing. Joe Biden said, quote, nothing will fundamentally change. And this is what he means. Because you want it. You think as the American people that, hey, we need the minimum wage increase. But yet the Democratic Party won't do it. Just like 72% of the American people want Medicare for all. 51 or 52% of Republicans want Medicare for all. 67% of independents want Medicare for all. 88% of Democrats want Medicare for all. And so their own base wants it, and yet they won't do Medicare for all. They won't do Medicare for all. All right. Fine. Now, here's the other thing. Even if they wanted to do the minimum wage, they can't because they won't get rid of the goddamn filibuster. They want to do this stupid ass filibuster reform where it's a talking filibuster, so you actually have to work for a filibuster and actually have to stand there and talk. But they still need 67 votes in cloture to get it even for a vote, and they won't even be able to do that. They have 51 votes, and I don't know another party that is giving up their power when they could just get rid of the filibuster, use their 51 votes, and look, minimum wage for everybody. Minimum wage increase. And let's say they even got it to that kind of vote. Let's just put it that way. Well, guess what? They're going to negotiate it down even further. They're going to say, all right, how about $12? You know what? How about $10? Like Obama wanted. Obama wanted like $9 or $10. You're going down from a non-living wage to a non-living wage. What's wrong with you? So, interesting, right? Here's how the Democratic Party doesn't work for you, and yet people still keep voting for them. Amazing, the propaganda that goes into that to get people a huge influence into voting for the Democratic Party, to voting the Democrats into office. Now, why did Amazon put out this poll? Well, Amazon so they commissioned this poll with Ipsos because they already pay the minimum wage. They do. They already pay the minimum wage. The minimum wage. I'm sorry. They pay the minimum wage. They pay $15 an hour to 350,000 people. And remember how that came up? Ro Khanna and Bernie Sanders did the Stop Bezos Act. And, Jeff Bezos feared that it would get Republican support, bipartisan support. Because in that bill, it contained a thing where it said, hey, if the framing was, if you raise the minimum wage, then the social safety net will shrink because and the government will get smaller. There would be no more big government because more people are earning more money, so then they're not having to rely on us. And so it could have gotten right-wing approval and maybe votes, because it also said, hey, for every dollar we have to spend on your workers who need food stamps, Social Security, WIC, and other types of programs from us because you won't pay them enough, you have to reimburse us. And the right wing was kind of ready to support that, I bet. And Jeff Bezos was like, oh, hell no, because if that happens, oh, shit. So he decided, all right, fine, we'll raise the minimum wage. Not happily, but begrudgingly. And so he put out a thing, oh, thanks to all the critics for helping us. Not Bernie or Ro Khanna, he wouldn't do that. Now, look, here's another reason they could be doing this. Kyle Kalinske on Secular Talk pointed this out. I don't know why I didn't think of this. They want their competitors to pay $15 an hour because they know that most of the businesses, a lot of small businesses, cannot and will not be able to pay $15 an hour. Now, I'm going to explain something about that, but with that, he knows, Jeff Bezos knows, and well, now Andy Jassy, I think is his name, he knows now, if those businesses go out of business, or if they can't pay the minimum wage, I'll just go in and buy all those small businesses, and there you go. It's more business for Amazon, less business for them, and then we get bigger, and we employ more people, and we get to do our crappy-ass corporations. And, Amazon right now has not done good at protecting their workers, and that's why in New York they're kind of in trouble right now. And Jordan Sheridan is hopefully going to release information about a lady who died because she was doing COVID tests, and Amazon's trying to cover their asses right now. So, and he's the guy who broke the Flint water crisis in Flint, Michigan. Now, about the small businesses, you can subsidize the small businesses. Give them grants, give them a subsidy, give them subsidies. Do a program where you kind of help them pay us a minimum wage of $15 an hour. They don't go out of business, and they can still sell their products and all of that, and Amazon won't take them over. So, interesting development here, but the main topic I want you to take away, three actually. A, the Democrats aren't here for you because 2/3 of you want the minimum wage to be raised to $15 an hour, and 8 in 10 of you decided that the wages are too low in this country. The minimum wage is too low. 2, Amazon released this poll because they want to take away all the small businesses and make them Amazon businesses pretty much, and purchase them and kind of get them away from us so that they can become even bigger. And number 3, number 2, that's why they're releasing this poll, so they can get popularity into that. And into the issue, and then more popularity, and then number 3, you can subsidize the small businesses and give them money so that they can pay the minimum wage. So, interesting development, and we'll see what happens.